So I said to him, oh, go on, YouTube world. Michael, Steve, Dave, IRP 247. Um, the necessary need to pretty much piggyback off of everybody else in the community. It is. It just seems absurd, especially when people aren't in that collecting bubble. It's like, what's modern? What modern prices mean to me? And all you show is vintage. What's up, Brian? Thank you. Um, who cares? It's like me talking about my favorite top 10 1958 Topps cards. Who the fuck cares? It, it's a mind-numbing thing. It's like Michael telling us about his favorite Philadelphia Flyers pro set card. No, wipe your ass with those theories. It's just, if you don't have any, and now I'm probably stepping on what Steve's just ready to jump, and it I don't know. It's a very annoying thing when there's opinions that aren't valid, aren't warranted, aren't needed, aren't necessary, aren't asked for, that are constantly given amongst the community, and again, in life in general. I mean, countless instances in life where things are thrust upon you, and you're like, I don't believe I asked for that.
As the saying goes, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And people consistently feel like they need to thrust them upon people regardless.
It's in the dare I say, the content creating space that it really seems to manifest itself more than even real life, even like everyday life. It's, what can I talk about today? Where do I think card values are going? Who fucking cares? Are you selling shit? Are you buying shit? Michael said, I don't care. Are you taking me?
He said, fuck this.
Yeah. It's like, I've heard this fucking song and dance before. Oh, shit.
No, I have a feeling that's probably the third time he's dealt with buffering, and he's like, okay, it's time to retry this.
Reboot. Right.
So hopefully he makes it back. But yep, there he is.
I'm hoping by exiting and re-entering, things will stop doing the freeze on me.
Well, as do we, because of course it's always poetic when you end up deciding to drop out. It's like we're going off on a tangent, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, well Michael's fed up too. Like, fuck this, I don't want to.
So
how much time will pass before 90s cards will be considered vintage? Probably another 10 years, I would think. Because if you think 60s,
but what later, is that just going to be tops only or upper deck only, or because again, when you start thinking,
I'm going generalized. So
I would venture to guess if you walk around card shows, you hear a lot of young kids calling 90s stuff vintage already.
Well, yeah, because they're too young to understand what the hell the 90s was in the first place.
Correct.
Yeah.
But, I find it interesting, at least in the card space, personal opinion, and I'm going to give my personal opinion. Hello, Jeff. Standard definitions of what falls under vintage categories or whatever don't really apply to the card space. Call me crazy. You hear the term antique. antique is supposed to be like 100 years old. Well, if that's the case, then pre-war cards should technically be antiques, should they not? Because they're over 100 years old.
And if I'm not mistaken, you can get classic car license plates on a vehicle once it hits 25 years.
That sounds about right.
I'm pretty sure it's 25.
I was going to bring up, because I see stuff like early 90s stuff up this way with the vintage plates, and I'm like,
yeah,
I wonder what the card brethren would say about that, because that's not to their definition of pre-war. My definition of pre-war, the 2001, 2002 war, but
right.
not to this. It's so it's interesting.
Well, and that's kind of where I was going with this. It's definitions for certain words do not apply to the card space because it's no different. Like there's quote unquote standardized. What's the word I'm looking for? Standardized qualifications that make a rookie card. Debatable across various sports. To me, it should be the same thing when you're trying to determine, pre-war vintage, modern, ultra modern. Because like to us, 90s is the heyday. And if we're talking 1990 specific, that's 35 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that was just a few years back, So if I'm being honest, in the scheme of things, I don't think anything from the 90s is ever going to be quote unquote deemed vintage as the standard vernacular. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but at some point, when we're 65 years old, which, for me is 19 years from now, why wouldn't the 90s be considered vintage?
Yeah.
Because then you're talking 55, 56, 54 years, depending on where you fall in the spectrum. Really fucking old.
Yeah, it's moving fast.
Exactly. But then at what point does vintage become something else? Is it always vintage? Does vintage expand?
Oh, it will.
Based on time frame?
Yeah.
Because pre-war is pre-war. Like that's a definitive.
Then there'll be the pre-junk era. Then it'll be the junk vintage. They'll put some connotation up before it.
Well, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is it going to be so almost pigeonholed to where
Steve froze up on me?
Tell me when I'm back. Am I back?
We're all spinning.
Am I back? Am I
There we
back?
go. Yeah, we're all back now. It was one after Steve froze, then Dave froze, then I froze.
I was just saying, are they going to try and pigeonhole some random fucking word or whatever?
I would say because I don't think things are going to change under Fanatics. I think it's just going to keep being a printing press, never ending printing press.
Mm-hmm.
Basically from 2013 on up to current day, I mean, it's no different than how they were printing in the 80s.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It was that 2012 draft class that ignited football. Prior to 2012, nobody cared really all that much about football. As far as baseball was still bigger than football was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that draft class of 2012 just got everybody's attention because, I mean, you had all those quarterbacks that everybody thought were going to be, world beaters. And it turns out the one that ended up being the most successful out of them ended up being Russell Wilson, who was a 3rd round pick.
Yep. Not so much this year.
No, not so much the last decade. However, he's the only one that got a Super Bowl ring.
No, agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
But that's when everything to me changed with football. Was that 2012? Once that happened, and I think the Panini as a company saw their sales on that product, because I think everything was selling out before release day. Everything was already bought up before they were sending it out to the distributors. And I think they saw that as like, okay, well, this is probably going to be something that's going to happen all the time. We're going to print more next year and see how that goes. And then it just kept going.
Yeah, and eventually they got smart, not to our liking, more from a detrimental perspective for the collector.
Yeah.
They finally got smart and realized, hey, we can continue to print more, and we're going to just continue to up the price.
Yeah.
And up the price, and up the price, and up the price.
That had everything to do with the breaking culture.
Oh, 100%.
They were
100%.
seeing that they were selling this product for this much money, and then they were watching the breakers turn around and
make a profit.
A massive profit. They're like, well, if people are willing to pay that much, well, we want that aftermarket cut. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to cook it into the original price.
Yep, we're missing out. That's a revenue stream that we're missing.
Yeah. We're allowing a middleman to make tons of money off of our product.
Yep.
We're doing all the work. They're making the profit.
Yep. Of course, they fail to realize, though, breaking is a lot of work, though, too. But, I digress.
For sure. Oh, absolutely it is. There's no doubt about it. I have no desire to ever do anything like that. Number one, I don't want to deal with 20 people in a break. Ugh. Gross.
Well, that's why it was nice to just do the boxes, because it was each person acquiring and purchasing whatever.
Right.
But, again, it's still, I've talked about it before. It's hard to put things in a perspective, because like when I did it, only doing it 2 nights a week on a smaller scale. And then you look at like Chris at the Hobby Box, who was, not only doing individual boxes, certain things on release day, he was doing breaks. So he also had all that to deal with.
Yep.
In a one-man show.
He had the group breaks, then he had the individual box breaks and individual case breaks.
Yep. Some open, some sealed. Like it's just the amount of work was.
And same with Chad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's the one I remember moving the most product.
Oh, 100%.
From the beginning. He was the first one. I was like, oh my God, this he literally has turned this into a business. And he was the first one I remembered hiring other breakers. I mean, he was hiring more people. He had a team.
Yep.
Especially once he had met the woman who was to become his wife. He started going live less, and you had Irving and doing the mustache breaks, but also other people doing the firehand breaks.
Yep, he let everybody else do it for him.
Yep.
And before I forget, since we actually have a larger number of people in here, as I mentioned last week, there is a poll up. So I did throw it up later or earlier today. It already has 10 votes, so people have seen it. But if you would like to cast a vote, make sure you cast a vote, because I typically shut it down at about 9 o'clock Central Time. So anything cast after 9 o'clock is not in the calculation of what gets broken. So if you want to vote, make sure you go vote. If you don't, again, who gives a shit? But again, if you want to see something specific, you got to vote, because if you don't vote, you're not going to potentially get to see what you want to see. So that's
you don't get stuck with some bullshit. Oh, I mean, card-wise.
So, yeah, last I checked, there had been 10 votes cast. The 10th vote was Michael, because he hadn't seen it yet, so I let him know. So he was the 10th vote.
Okay.
So again, you've got about 23 minutes to cast your vote if you choose to do so. All football, no WNBA, because I know that'll run some people off.
At bottom of it.
No, I'm still staring at 4 of these. These things are still sealed. I haven't opened them.
Ed's gonna buy them all.
That would require me to sell them to Ed. I still want to put this damn set together. That would also require me to actually get off my ass and start putting shit in order, so I really know what cards I'm missing. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, and for those who didn't know, I did post a video on Sunday and post something on Instagram. So not that this is a pickup, a gift from Ryan at RBI Crew 7. Sat here sitting on my desk for pretty much 2 weeks, almost.
I don't have that kind of self-control.
No.
Well, it's one of those in which there was a few times I had the camera turned on and was like gonna sit down and do it, and then like something came up, or I needed to take care of something else, and then by the time I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fucking make a video. Only because I felt like it would take away from the genuine excitement. And, like when I open something from somebody, I don't want to be in one of those moods where it's like, oh, yeah, this is really cool. Thanks. It just literally.
Giving it the attention and emotion it deserves.
Yeah, it takes the fun out of it. So I got to be in the right mindset to where it's going to be a genuine reaction and really have the appreciation come out in my voice. So,
some more Bob. Oh, and J.R. Phillips. I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Yeah, the sets are kind of cool, Dave, but you're getting some definite shit bags as part of them. It comes with the territory. That's
what happens when you have rookie and future star sets.
Very true. Very true.
One of the biggest bags.
Yep, that was another one who didn't work out.
Yep.
Or.
Oh, God. But he was part of the inaugural Marlins team, so he got all the cool uniforms.
Very true.
Yeah. So I got to start. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I had a Marlins hat, even though I wasn't a Marlins fan, because it was super cool, and it was the promotion of the Catch the Fever.
Okay.
So it was a fitted hat. It had the Marlins logo and everything on the front. And then on the side, it had the big Catch the Fever logo on it and team colors. And I just thought it was an awesome looking hat, so I wanted it.
Well, that's the thing. It was a different. I mean, I like the Blue Jays, but then you had that teal and that cool Marlin. I'm like, that's pretty
and
bad.
It had that garland-like silver thread through it.
Mm-hmm.
It was shiny.
I'm very familiar with that logo. I mean, I've seen it once,
yeah,
1,000 times.
No, whatever do you mean, Dave?
I can see it hanging in the background.
Yeah.
But that's the Miami one, though. That's not the.
So I'm sorry, Dave. No offense. This
beautiful.
This is cool. This is cooler.
No, I like
the freaking stickers, man, or freaking refractor. Like, I was so freaking like. So of course the card was. I mean, if you watch the video, I mean the card was, hidden by RBI Crew 7 stickers, but the fact that they're a refractor are freaking badass, man.
And I like the size of the sticker. You see a lot of those other guys with like a little, almost like a bottle cap or a pod sized or like a $50. I'm like, again, I don't know the sticker market of like what you're paying for X amount, but that's something where you're not going to forget that, or it's
No.
going to get covered up, or whatever the case may be. And plus, you add a little technology to it that never hurts.
Yeah,
Again,
it's crazy that the freaking sticker refracts better than the freaking card does. Like when
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, it's like, yeah, this is absolutely stunning, beautiful. If anybody's seen one, then they of course know. But why in the world can I see it all look nice and pretty, but when I show it on camera, it doesn't show shit? It's unfortunate.
It's because everything you have is backlighting.
It is.
Nope.
It is. And unfortunately, I don't care to open this window here because I don't want weird people walking by staring into my apartment.
Oh, you're on ground level?
Yeah.
I don't know why in my mind you were on like a third or fourth floor.
Oh, hell no.
I don't know why, but that's just what it was in my mind. Oh, so that's not so bad whenever you're taking the dogs out. You're just walking right out the front door.
Or the back door for that
Or
matter.
the back door. Oh, boy.
Todd Van Poppel.
I got this because I was thinking, okay, inside it's going to have the upper deck 92 stuff.
I think didn't I send a picture to the group chat one weekend? I was not long after I moved in, I was kind of consolidating stuff and I took a picture of one of the Future Stars Beckett's. I'm like, does anybody remember these?
I
You
have
might.
I have an autographed one somewhere in a tub or something like that. It was a Future Stars Beckett. I think Glenn Robinson might be on the front of it, but
Okay.
there's an advertisement for one of the minor league baseball card sets, and it's Alex Rodriguez for the Appleton Foxes, and it's signed, and it was a period autograph, so it's his, high school rookie era autograph. It's signed in ink pen. It's really cool. It's somewhere in a tub somewhere. I'll never do anything with it, but I have it.
Yeah, mine was Rick Meyer and Bettis from Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame. Yeah.
I think there was a third one on there. But
Mike Kelly, the old Arizona State, RIP. This year, from Stanford, Dave McCarty. And then I don't remember what trade it was. If it was an Aguilera deal, that Frankie Rodriguez came over to the Twins.
Huh.
But he was huge shit back then too. So trying to go through some of these sets where I know I've got, I'm not going to say near the end, but I've got multiples where it's like, okay, and in my mind I've got that progression too of these are the sets I'm going to start nailing down, get them out of the books and whatnot. I got a couple highlighters in there too, so I can do that and highlight everything.
But I will give you credit, Dave. You've been talking about doing this shit for a while, and you're actually finally doing it. So, props to you. Did you buy the whole set?
It's like $20 for a 1 in 90.
Sometimes that's the easiest way to go, man.
For a 1 in 90 card out of 95 select, where again the best two players are Ben Grieve and Knerkel, and the rest are Kevin Witt again, Mark Ferris, Dustin Hermanson from
I remember Kilvio Harris.
No, this is Ferris, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, so I don't even know. Ramon Castro.
Froze.
And I remember this guy. I don't think he ever got past maybe AA. McKay Christensen.
Oh, man.
That was a massive name, and I guess that a BYU? He had to be BYU. It said drafted 6th overall in '94. The speedy outfielder must first complete a Mormon mission in Japan. I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory at the time.
Yeah.
Brian Buchanan, who stuck around the league a while, Paul Wilson, and then Terrence Long, who also, again, had a solid run, but didn't
Yeah.
do a hell of a run. So
I bet Terrence Long had to play close to 10 years.
oh yeah, I mean, he was in. I remember him with the A's more than anything.
Yeah, me too.
And then where? Maybe Kansas City for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I believe he was in Kansas City at one time. Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll be right back, guys.
That dude could fly.
that was a Timu Billy Hamilton with actual hitting ability.
Yeah.
I mean, the speed wasn't obviously as quick, but at the same time, it's like, wow.
Yeah, Billy Hamilton, he fucking steals second and third every time he got on base. He just really couldn't figure out how to get on first.
Well, that was the problem. It was like the Willie Mays Hayes hit like May or no, run like Mays, hit like Hayes. That was the problem. And you got to get to first, and you can't.
Yep, can't steal first base.
No, it's really tough.
Nope.
So,
to me, you just need to learn how to become an incredible bunter.
And that's all you have to work on. Or it's almost like, again, if you're going to be left-handed, you've got to do the Ichiro, you've got to do the softball slapping.
Right.
You have to do it because you sit there and try to hit a home run. Yeah, you'll hit maybe 2, but guess what? You'll strike out probably 100 times. And that doesn't. It's not looked upon too kindly when you're batting 200. Yeah, you got 43 steals, but your on base is about 290. If that.
Speaking of strikeouts, have you paid attention that how close James Wood is to breaking the all-time record for most strikeouts in a season?
8 away.
I think is it 8 away with 5 games to play?
And it's I think where they're holding him out of some of these games which again, who cares? If that's the thing,
Yeah.
he's happy.
He played tonight. He was great tonight. He went 2 for 3 with a double and a home run, a walk. Yeah, I mean he had a solid game tonight.
I actually dropped him in, I think, 2 leagues because his last home run, I think, was August 21st.
Sounds about right. He went on it seemed like a 15, 16 game slump.
And I'm just like, I need that roster spot for anything else.
It was September 2nd.
Okay. And then maybe the one before that was like 21st. Somewhere in there.
The 21st, August 21st.
Yeah. So, again, it's been, and that's one of those things. You're in the home run derby, and your second half is dog shit. So,
if I was a coach, I would be holding my young stars out of that home run derby.
Like, you want to play the softball thing, or you want to do something else? Fine. Do not do the home run derby unless you're a Griffey, a Bonds, a McGuire, somebody that's used to hitting home runs. Effortless, just not Torkelson. Even him, I'd be nervous with because it should be. And again, I know you want to promote your young kids, your young stars, but that's
what makes these young guys. What makes these young guys so good is that they hit the ball everywhere, and they're fast, and they're just they are legit 5-tool guys. But if you try to put them in a situation where they're just hitting home runs, that's not how they play.
No.
Their big time skill is the fact that they can hit the ball with power to any part of the field.
And that's the thing. When you have that, they'd be better off of you have your your minor league, your world versus like America, like all stars, like the minor league game. You should almost have it for guys that aren't in the all-star game, have like a round robin type thing, and have the guys that don't have like a year of experience in the majors, so they can get a showcase. And then again, not somebody like Ellie De La Cruz, O'Neal Cruz when he was coming up. Just people that are like, okay, these guys are the next wave. They've got maybe 20, 30 games in the big league. Have them out there too and show them up. It's a game. It's not going to be a competition, skills competition.
Yeah, I mean, baseball needs to do a better job of showcasing the futures game. Do they even do it anymore?
I know they do, but it's always at such a stupid. It's like Sunday at noon or something.
Yeah, I went to the one when Kansas City hosted the All-Star game. I went to the futures game.
Okay.
And that was the big Will Myers time. So Will Myers was being pimped out like crazy in Kansas City, for that futures game and everything. And then they traded him.
Yeah.
But I got to see Jerks and Profar hit a home run in the futures game.
Jerk, Chicken, Profar.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was one of those rare trades too, where both teams did well. But James Shields did well for KC.
Oh, yeah. Shields became a part of that team that eventually won the World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the time, it was like, we know what you just did. You just used him against the fans for so much, knowing that you were going to deal him.
Yeah.
And that sucked because there was all the hype where basically it was like, once we get past this futures game and everything here in the next like 4 or 5 weeks, he's going to be up with the big league club.
Yeah.
And then they moved him. Fortunately for them, I mean, Hosmer came along.
Yes.
Hosmer, Moustakas, and those guys. So you didn't miss Will Myers because he was a first base or an outfielder, but ended up playing first base and DH. I think.
Yeah. His defense is not.
No, it was atrocious. And then he got traded, to the National League, and they're like, they can't hide him in the DH role. He's got to play defense somewhere. And he never quite figured it out. He had some spurts, but
no, yeah. When he went to San Diego, he'd go on a run. Then, like James Wood, he'd have a month where he was batting about 170, 60 strikeouts, maybe like 7 homers. But again, when you got 13 hits, 7 of them are homers, and you've got 14 RBIs. I mean,
I can't. I looked at a box score yesterday. I think it was for the Braves. It's amazing how few RBIs Acuna has.
Oh, that whole team is just a struggle bus.
Yeah. Their season kind of went to shit when Schwellenbach got injured and was out for the season. That took a lot out of their sales because they had a really good pitching staff that could keep them in things till the offense figured things out. And then he got injured, and then you're just left with, Chris Sale and who else?
We got Strider, and Strider hasn't done shit. He's been.
Strider has not bounced back from injury like other people have.
I just don't think he's as healthy as he could be or should be.
Yeah.
Because they had who was it? Was a younger player, a younger pitcher that has been doing. I don't even know the name. They had the AJ Smith, whatever, and he got hurt, I think, too. But there's somebody else. The Waldrop came up and has done okay.
I believe that's. I think that's the name.
Their first round pick, I think, was last year.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's really talked about Acuna because of how bad that team is. And his OPS is like close to 1,000. His on-base percentage is like 415. He's still putting up numbers. But like I said, because I think he has close to 20 home runs, and it felt like he only had like 30 or 40 RBIs. It was something weird.
And yeah, without now Albies is down.
I'm gonna go look at a box score real quick.
If you look at the waiver wire the last month, they've been pretty much claiming any and everyone that they can. I think that Hung-Woo Kim or whatever, I think the one that played for the Padres a few years ago signed with the Dodgers, and he sort of got relegated to minor league duty because they signed all those guys. They picked him up. It's like they get him next year for, I don't know if it's like 8 or 10 million, but again, I like what they're doing. Charlie Morton's another one. They just picked him up off waivers. It's like, yeah, he's 40 years old or whatever, but in the same sense, this season's lost. These guys know, but they've also, some of these guys have been here. A lot of the other guys aren't, but they know the Braves have been basically a constant contender for the last 30 years. So it's like, why not? But whatever, I'll go there.
Waldrop actually pitched tonight. He won. He had 6 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run. He had 4 walks, which isn't great, but his ERA is 2.88. He's 6-1. Acuna hit a home run, and Michael Harris hit 2. They scored 3 runs. They were also homers. But Acuna, he's hitting 285, on base percentage of 414, slugging of 514. It was his 20th home run, his 40th RBI.
That's horrible.
So there's nobody on base for him, and he's hitting 3rd. He's not leading off anymore. You got Profar hitting 1st, and Matt Olson's hitting 2nd.
And what's his name's usually up there too, somewhere.
Who's cleanup then?
The catcher, somebody named Baldwin.
Drake Baldwin's been pretty solid. But again, I put Baldwin and Olsen around.
Yeah, Baldwin's hitting his OPS is 703. He's hitting 275 as a catcher. That's solid. But Harris has had a rough year. He's hitting 246 and his on-base percentage is 266. It's crazy because he's still super young.
July 1st, I'd say. The beginning of the year, again, he was dog shit. I mean, he was drafted probably in the 60s, 70s. And, I mean, after that second week in April, he was on.
He was one of my keepers from last year. And he was atrocious. I cut him pretty quick.
Yeah. I don't blame anybody for doing that because he just was a lot of 0 for or 1 for 3 and no runs, no stolen bases. I'm like, dude, 2 years ago you were killer.
Yeah.
And you just completely have, like, it looks like you don't know what you're doing.
And it's crazy because he's still young. He's only like 24.
Yeah.
So he'll likely figure it out again. I hope. But yeah, seeing Acuna have 20 home runs and 40 RBIs doesn't even make sense to me.
No, because that's almost like video game numbers where you just have one guy on the team doing all the work.
Yeah.
That's it. Wow.
It's back to when the days when Trout was hitting leadoff. And he'd hit 35, 40 homers, but only have like 75 RBIs.
I think, somebody else has that. I don't know if it's Soto. I don't think it is. Somebody else has it. Close to 40. And I think they've got mid 80s, low 80s. I'm like, that's a where like always got about 58. And I think he's close to 120. And I'm like, that's not better, but at least that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
But I think we're all spoiled. If you remember, was it the '94 season with Igor through May? I think he had like 60 RBIs. I don't know if it was Igor or it was Griffey. One of the two had just like an absurd amount of RBIs through the end of May, and it might have been Griffey with home runs at like 2022, somewhere in there where it was just like, and again, that was a season where it looked like everything was lining up for records to fall until the strike. When Matty Williams had like 42 home runs, Gwynn was at 394,
394.
and it's just like, oh man, that's like the so invested in baseball. And
yeah, I was super into the Matt Williams chase. I mean, it was crazy. You tune into, Baseball Tonight every night to see if he hit a home run. And he always, bit his shoulder, his sleeve on his left shoulder. And do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that was his reminder to make sure not to open up. Make sure to keep that front shoulder closed.
We had one of the girls in the softball team doing that by the end of the year, and it really didn't work. But I mean, it's a good thing to like at least have something where you're trying to.
It was the thought that counts.
Yeah, the rare time that can be used and not like laughed at or mocked. So I was like, again, she's not a huge sports fanatic. So I mean, if you're trying that, do something. So yeah, that's just a waste of a year.
I'm glad somebody's team is going to make the postseason in baseball. Hey. They pick a number between 1 through 6.
Brett Favre.
Same to you, Michael. 1 through 6.
He took my number.
Well, you can take the same number. It's different stacks.
Oh, well, then you have 4. I wasn't paying attention to what you're doing.
All good. I'm used to people not paying attention to me, so.
What?
Yep.
Exactly. Just preparing for what will break at some point. I actually finally opened the select hanger box. It's been sitting here for I don't even remember how long.
How'd that go?
Well, I just opened it, so we'll see how it goes. The first few packs will be open.
Gotcha. I get what you're saying. I thought you meant you opened one.
Yeah, it's one of those, and I don't know. It's been interesting. I've been like this. The same stuff has been sitting here for God, I don't even know how long. And
yeah, like I said, I don't have that kind of discipline.
It's just sitting here.
Yeah, I would open all of it.
I mean, there was other stuff at times where it's like, yeah, I feel like opening something. But what I keep telling myself is that if I open it, I'll end up getting something great and we'll miss out on the opportunity to get to see it. And it's less opportunities for me to open stuff during the show too. So that's what I keep telling myself.
I had that kind of torn mixed feeling when I, brought those boxes home from Ryan's shop and I ended up pulling that Carl Urban and I was not recording it. Whereas at the shop, if I had opened it at Ryan's shop and pulled it, I mean, he would have been live on Instagram, or showing it off and everything.
Yep.
But that would have been cool. It would not have been as cool as doing it with my wife and us both freaking out. That was so much fun.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like you didn't need to share that with anybody else other than the two of you. Like, that was y'all's time. And although it would have been cool to see.
Right.
But, again, it's in that moment, that's not maybe years ago when it was all about making videos and stuff like that.
Right.
Then you probably would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
But things are different now where it's like.
No, yeah. I could have sat right. I was sitting at one of the tables that he had set up for people opening packs and everything, opening boxes. And I was sitting there and I had the boxes sitting there with me. And I was like, I could open them. I'm sitting here. And then I was just like, no, I'd rather just go home.
Better experience, more enjoyable.
Big time. And
because now it's a joint memory. It's not just a you memory.
Exactly. And Alicia is so supportive of me and my hobby that I was glad I got to share that with her. She has never questioned anything I've ever bought or spent the money on. I do give her like many panic attacks. Sometimes when I'll say to her, I'll be like, I bought a card. And she just gets tense. And she goes, yeah. I go, it was expensive. She goes, how expensive?
Yeah.
And I'll say $500. And she'll go, oh, I thought you were going to say a lot more than that. Yeah. So she doesn't bat an eye at any of the stuff that I buy.
So random question.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to say the person's name wrong. But is it safe to say that some of the stuff that you've sold, is it jamming cards on Instagram?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jan Man. Yeah, his name's Alex Jansen. Yeah, he's bought a lot of stuff off of me.
Yeah, because every time I turn around, it's like, I'm pretty sure Michael had that card.
Oh, when you see it on Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If it's Clay, of course.
He may have posted some stuff today. He got cards from me yesterday that showed up. I sold him my
certified mirror black.
Yes, there were two 2011 certified mirror blacks, the regular and the platinum. And then
I think he posted the regular mirror black today.
Okay, yeah, he bought two of those off me. He bought my Topps Inception 101, and he bought my two 2013 Crown Royale 101s, the retail and hobby, the blue and the black.
Mm.
I kept the 2014 because it's just my favorite design, the big crown die cut thing. I like it best. I kept that one. I kept the 2011 certified mirror black auto that Luke pulled, and I bought it off of him. I kept that one. I wasn't going to sell that one. I like it too much.
I'm assuming you're also keeping your black label.
Yeah, it's still sitting over there. I kept the black label, which is the emerald out of green, and I kept the 101 because I bought that at that national. That was just one of the crazy things. I kept those two. I sold the rest of the rainbow to Ryan.
Gotcha.
The ruby, the sapphire, and the gold. Those three I sold. So I broke up the rainbow, but it is what it is. I may sell the black label. I don't know.
I still remember when you sent that, and that when it came back is that like that's not anything that you were expecting, and I think we were all like, "Fuck."
Yeah. No, I thought it was because that was back in the day when Ryan would submit those, and it was they were 5-day submissions, and we could submit them for $15 or $20 a card, and it was 5 days, and we get them back. So I knew to look on the pop report to see if the stuff would pop. And it did. And I thought there was a glitch in the system because whenever I clicked on it and it had all 10s, I was like, oh, I don't think they put in the actual grade yet.
Yep. Wrong.
Yeah. And then I'm like, wait a minute. It hasn't changed. And I showed it to Luke. I said, I'm pretty sure I just got a black label because this was like within a month or two of them starting to do it when they did it. And I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I knew the card was clean. I didn't realize it was that clean. I'm so picky and anal retentive on my stuff that I always see, like, I think I find a flaw in it, which is why that the 2012 Fine Out grading a PSA 10, in my mind, that card was not a PSA 10. It was not Jim, but they saw differently.
Well, and the change in the Jesus Christ, I am struggling today. I need
the change in the centering.
Yes, thank you.
The qualifiers on the centering are different.
Yeah, 55-45 is now acceptable on the front to potentially get a Gem Mint 10.
Yeah.
And I think the back is like 60-40.
Yeah, I don't think the back changed. I think the back has always been 60-40. It was the front that they changed. And yeah,
well, and like for the longest time,
55-45 to me is
to
the
me, it has
centering
to
is the thing that sticks out most to me when something is off on a card. So I see a lot of PSA 10s, and I'm like, that son of a bitch is shifted right. I can see it, or top to bottom.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's less than 55-45 because there's some, like, for instance, like some of the cards that I eventually will end up sending to be graded. I know that they're not 50-50. But when you look at them, they're pretty damn close.
Right.
So they should fit within the 55-45. And, again, it's some of these I'm wanting to sit on. Some of these I'm actually wanting to move and sell. I've just got to pick and choose which ones that I want to send first because now that they're, $25 a card?
Yeah.
So expensive. I think up to $1,000 value, I think, or whatever.
That's such a sweet card. Yeah, for me, I'm so petty. And I just don't want to send into PSA because the upcharge thing is such bullshit to me.
Well, but it's no different than fucking, manufacturers up in their price points like they have. It's the same idea and concept, and people are going to pay it.
Yeah, they want their cut of the value of your item. That's where I have a problem with it. You never owned this card.
I don't disagree with you.
Never been your property, and you think you should get a cut of its value. Yeah.
I don't disagree.
I don't like it.
100%. 100%. But again, like, at the end of the day, they did it, and people were still they were going to pay it. It's either that or they're going to, like, relinquish their card.
That's because, as we know, people suck. Specifically in this hobby.
Amen. Right there with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not going to
get the upcharge thing drives me insane.
Yeah,
because
it's bullshit.
Yeah, especially
on some of the huge cards.
Huh?
Especially on some of the huge cards.
For sure. But my thing is, I send you a bunch of my Clay Matthews 101s. You're just making up a value?
Exactly.
Because I know what I paid for them.
Mm-hmm.
And now because it grades a PSA 10, you just get to make up a number.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That for something like that, what are they using? And
We know
they,
what the market is for Jordans, and we know what the market is
Right.
for Manals. There's tons of data on that. You just get to fucking make up what you're going to charge me for, you know.
Same.
And I don't like that.
No.
yeah, it's
Especially if you can't guarantee I can get that money for it.
well, it's not just that. There's no information out there that they're giving people for something like that to ultimately identify how they're coming up with a perceived value either.
Yeah.
Because for a one-on-one, it's at the end of the day, it's going to be perceived value based on if, of course, it grades a 10.
Right.
If it doesn't grade a 10, at the end of the day, who gives a shit? Because that's where the upcharge comes in.
Well, they upcharge on 8s and 9s on some cards. Upcharge isn't only specific to PSA 10s.
That's a load of shit.
Yeah, they will upcharge you on 8s and 9s on certain things.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah. So they can make money on them giving, you're hoping your card grades a 10. And they're like, what they'll do is they'll give it a 9. You'll have to pay, they'll create an upcharge on it in hopes that you crack it and try to get a 10. Send it back and try to get a 10. So they're just double dipping, triple dipping. They just keep hoping you crack and resub. And it's become fairly obvious now that they have cornered the grading market.
Oh, 100%.
Leaps and bounds. We discussed all that with Ryan and everything, just their market share on it. And they've gotten really bad with pop control on certain cards that they just don't want more 10s. So they're not going to give you a 10 on something that should be, but they don't want it because there's people with a lot of money wanting that pop to stay low.
No, that doesn't happen. Money drives something. No, come on, man.
Yeah.
Michael, you're a liar. How dare you even think that?
I know. I'm crazy.
Jeez.
I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Well, it still blows my mind that freaking Fanatics actually flat out came out and said they're not making any fucking football product for 2025.
Did they say that?
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to wait until they have the full license?
That's the assumption. Now, that doesn't mean that they won't change their mind. But the rumor is that 2025, there should be no football product.
Interesting. Maybe it's to give them a chance to catch up. Well, no, because that's Panini.
Yeah, but Panini's
Panini
still throwing their shit out because they have the license up to a certain date.
No, but what I was going to say is the fact that, Flawless is coming out 5-6 months after the Super Bowl.
Right.
I mean, come on.
So, and that makes me wonder how that's going to work, because if they lose the license on, let's say, December 1st,
whatever it is.
What happens to anything that they have in the pipeline? Are they still allowed to release it?
Right. I wonder if they have to turn off the printers on, 11/59, just, November 30th. Do they have to turn off the printers? Or if they have something officially already, they're going to make it. Are they allowed to keep going until it's gone?
Yeah. And I'm not the only one who has those questions. And I'm sure that that's also part of some of the litigation that's still going on between both Panini and Fanatics. Because that shit's still going.
Are they still trying to fight?
I think it's still going.
Yeah.
But
Panini's pissed off that somebody else has the monopoly.
Yeah, I find it interesting because they did the same shit fucking, when they in 2011 or whatever.
Yeah, they fucking buried everybody. The one good thing you can say about Fanatics is they went out and bought Topps.
Yep. So Tops will be a consistent, like that staple
Yep.
will be around forever.
And we've talked multiple times how we wish that, being the lesser of two evils, we wish they would buy Upper Deck so we can get Upper Deck back again in all the sports.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't want it Upper Deck, presented by Fanatics, but
yeah,
it's better than not having Upper Deck.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, and there's so many ways to look at this stuff and how things can pan out and play out in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of this is going to be dependent on what the final litigation ends up. Not to mention, that there's going to be appeals, no matter which way it goes.
Oh yeah, it'll be drug out until Panini loses interest.
I don't think they will.
Me neither, because they have an endless amount of money.
Just because they're in a position to where they have exactly.
Yeah,
like
you're not gonna force them into folding because the legal bills get too high. They have more money than you do.
Exactly. I mean, let's face it, Fanatics has increased their value.
Yes.
But it's still, I'll say small, relatively small.
I just want to, get in front of Michael Rubin and say, do you think anybody's forgotten about the shitty MLB uniforms you made?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
You know that giant contract you got with Major League Baseball and then made bullshit uniforms?
Yeah. Do you remember?
There you go.
I remember.
Pepperidge Farms remembers.
They sure do.
So the question still becomes, produce as in, like, they have to release everything before October 1st of this year? Or is there a window where something can actually come out after that date? Of course, the whole April 26th is garbage because that would then there's going to be no 25, even though some of the rookies I think are Fanatics exclusives, which means whenever they decide to release 26 products, are they going to release 25 rookies in 26 products?
It'll probably be double rookie class like hockey always did.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is stupid because to me that doesn't quantify as a rookie because it's released the year after. Yeah, call me crazy.
Well, it depends. For me, as long as the cards don't look the same, there's got to be a different design.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you actually think that they're gonna?
They're not going to do it. But at least like Upper Deck did, because Upper Deck had a lot of dual rookie class hockey products.
And that was mostly because of like the lockouts.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it wasn't because
it wasn't a money grab.
Yeah.
That's interesting though, Baz, because if that's the case, the fact that pending litigation is still ongoing, I figured that there would be some sort of, I don't want to call it reprieve, but I could understand them no longer producing or distributing cards after said date, but to actually have to liquidate their warehouse with impending litigation, that seems interesting to me. I figured there would be some sort of state of execution type situation where though some of those stipulations, if that is in fact the case, and again, you heard, not sure if it's true. So like, we're going based off what you said. And no, we're not, don't take this with a grain of salt. You would think that somebody in their legal department would be like, well, we're still in litigation when it comes to this shit. Like, what happens in the event that it goes in Panini's favor and they no longer like that doesn't make any sense to me. I could be wrong. Of course, that we're like in no way, shape, form, or fashion are we legal people here. Furthest thing from it. But it just, I would find it interesting that based on the date, I could see like they couldn't ship anything more to distributors. Distributors couldn't ship anything more to card shops or whatever. Like I could understand that based on the agreements with the Players Association and the leagues. Okay, that I get. But to tell an organization that by this date you better have nothing left, that's a little harsh, considering again they're still in like the legal process.
Yeah,
there's been no decision,
and that may be the thing. They may keep things tied up in litigation until they do get everything out, and then they'll stop. Maybe
there's that possibility too, unless there's some sort of thing written in the agreements that becomes a breach of contract. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, like we're not legal people, so
right.
It's hard to know exactly what those agreements look like.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Well, neither do I. So it'll be interesting to see. Baz, and so your statement brings me back years ago. A part of me thinks, because like when DLP, Donruss Leaf Playoff, technically went bye-bye between baseball and football, they did load their shit. Like all the good shit that they had left, stickers, game used stuff, like they loaded their shit.
Upper Deck did the same with football.
Correct. And which, when you think about it, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Because if you're out of the game, you no longer have a license. Why do you want the shit? Unless the person who comes in wants to buy it from you, right?
And they did the same thing with baseball too, didn't they?
Yes.
The last Upper Deck products, Ultimate Collection and stuff like that went absolutely insane. And that's why we also got the weird Derek Jeter exquisite autos that look just like the football cards. You guys both froze up on me, of course. But yeah, Upper Deck had those Derek Jeter exquisite autographs that look just like Clay Matthews' exquisite rookie card autograph, because it was a card that was a product that was going to be made, and then they ended up not doing it.
Yep. So it's a part of me thinks they may.
Holy shit.
But a part of me thinks they won't.
I love that card.
Because, and the reason why I say
like 13, maybe
13, 14 playbook.
Holy shit! I can't believe I knew that. I'm proud of myself.
I'm leaning towards the fact that they won't, because I think Panini's going to hope that they win that litigation. Just my gut.
What I'm confused on is Fanatics going to stop selling them jerseys to put in cards?
Well, who's to say that Fanatics is the one actually selling them? Maybe.
Oh no, Panini's going straight to Dick's and buying them.
Which would be from Fanatics, but again, like they're buying them wholesale at some sort of retail
China
outlet.
knockoff stuff.
China, yeah.
Chinese jerseys, which is probably what they're doing.
So
Jerry Tarkanian.
It's, again, it's all this is speculation. I just a part of me, this is different.
That's a great card. Sign of the Times gold.
Gold, yep. 25.
Those are so hard to find.
This is not the same as DLP and Upper Deck. This is different.
Yeah, it's completely different.
They were you're out or fuck you, and then that's why you had. I don't remember that '05 Donruss, but I remember one of those. I don't know if it was greats, legends, whatever it was. You had shit in there that should have been numbered,
Yeah.
and nothing was.
And it was ridiculous.
I mean, I got a Roberto Clemente back card. It's got to be numbered, and it's not. Bobby Dorr autos. I remember. They're $5 a fucking piece for a Hall of Famer. No number.
Yeah.
No, like, when you look back at like some of the sign of the times, it's a regular set. Oh, that's an SP. That's an SP. That's an SP. No, there's no. It's fucking whatever we got.
Well, that's like this. The LaMotta cut I got. This is a Donruss product. It's Donruss Sports Legends. I remember, wasn't it Bob and Michael? They busted tons of boxes of this stuff all the time.
They always got the jockeys. That's when they're all like, what the
they
fuck
got jockeys and bowlers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But it was a weird time because I also remember that's nasty. I also remember the prime cuts.
Yep.
Which were incredible cards, but they were unlicensed. They could only use the city. They couldn't use the team name.
Yeah, was that 05 prime?
Yes, 05, I believe so. They still could use the uniforms and the logos and everything. They could not put the team name on the cards.
No, 05 I think had it. 08 or 9 didn't. And then there's the upper deck one too that you had a bunch of the cuts in there.
Okay.
I don't know if it was celebrity ones, but it also had sports guys, and it's just like it just had the plain cut. And I remember, what's in there? There's a couple I thought jersey cards, but again, it doesn't say anything about like the team, Minnesota. Like, oh, that's cool. Everybody loves the Minnesota.
Yeah, because even like the Fleer bankruptcy was completely different than kind of what's going on right now.
Yeah, these are the ones I'm talking about. This product.
That's like an 08, I think.
Yeah, this is 08. Yep.
Yeah, I know they had an iteration before, which they actually were able to use some of that stuff.
Yeah, it says on the back, Kansas City Professional Baseball Club.
Which is like, yay, that. I mean, again, it's a fucking badass card, but.
Yeah, but comparative to the unlicensed shit now, that was still
Gene Upshaw.
That still looked good.
Yeah, that stuff still fucking blows right out of the water.
And it sells pretty high too.
Yeah, I've been watching the same 10 George Brett cards for it seems like 5 years now. The price never changes on them.
Yep. But again, going back to like the Flair bankruptcy stuff, they did auctions for complete insert parallel jerseys. Like they liquidated. They had to liquidate all their shit.
Mm-hmm. Herman. Yep.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
And then we'll let Dave continue to show some badass stuff off because people will enjoy it. Here, and I'll even give you the maximize.
Oh, there's the blue ink. Yep.
Sharp to sharp.
Mm-hmm. That I love that product. Donruss Classics is so nice. That's a killer card. Johnny, you?
And then actual because there's some that do not have the stamping on there.
Really?
I've got a single Terry. I think I got a 2 or 3 color. I just saw it earlier today too. And then I don't know if it's one of the cases at National. I'd seen like in the videos. Oh, that's interesting. Another one.
And that's horizontal. Yep, at 25. Okay. That's a cool one. Henry Ellard. You gotta love those quantum sets. Hugh McElhaney.
$1 million backfield.
Yep. 06 Exquisite or 06 National Treasures.
Yeah, it's a pile over there. Oh, it seems to be something. And let's see what it's about. And then the other one, I don't know if you saw who it was.
Forrest Gregg.
And that one is also
2-5. Horning jersey number.
Yeah, still super happy with that one. I remember getting for what was it in the Packers group?
Oh, the 1-on-1?
Like $70.
Yeah. And that was limited, wasn't it?
Limited patch, maybe?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
That's a monster card. His market has gone up so much over the last couple years. Yeah. I mean, every card, like that card right there is probably $500. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that card.
That's it. I don't think I've got any more of those Crown Royale ones. We had 3 autos. 2 of the Crown Royales numbered to 99, and then that. But that one was
the Crown Royale were really dark cards.
Yeah, it wasn't anything.
That's why I never went for one of those. It was just there was not enough flash in it.
Yeah. And again, Luke Kennard, again, not a. At the time, it was a solid player.
Mm-hmm.
But and again, I like the blue matches up.
Oh
with
yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
And then if I were to see Elon again, that would be.
Oh, Admiral Schofield. Oh my goodness. I ain't seen that name in a minute. That's super rare. Those ones come out of retail.
Yep, out of the blasters. I think.
That's what I thought.
Where you got the one.
The one guaranteed relic per box.
That worked double as well as a wet fart. That's the bad part on the phone now. Now I've only got 3. I got remove from stage, mute, and edit mic settings. I don't have
the ability to swap.
No, so
might as well grab another stack of cards.
It's all stuff everybody's seen, though, I think. I mean, it's all the stuff that's just sitting around on this table, which is, again, some nice stuff, but I've ripped through it on how many times. It's like,
I mean, it's the same for me. I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't remember seeing that one. Yeah.
we've had that for a minute. I don't know if I showed the Joe Montana shit. It's not terrible. And again, you think 2 of 5. Oh boy, that's gonna be a fun card to look at.
gross.
Again, some sort of ketchup or blood over there, but
Right. But overall, pretty boring card. That's not boring. That's a nice chunk of patch. Tier 1's a very underrated product.
I agree.
I mean, that's
Actually looks like a Stephen Davis. I think the other day, just because watching old highlights, and there's a nice. Again, I don't know how much this stuff ever is, but
I mean, you can see it. The rest of them can't. There's my tier 1.
so we'll get you on in a moment here after Steve gets back. But it's like, okay, I have like out of these genres that we ripped way back when. I got like the Marvin Bagley, Devontae Graham. Third one in line.
Oh, Shy.
I mean, that just shows you, and again, like Bagley, whatever. But yeah, like Gary Trent, Mo Bamba, all these guys that were supposed to be like, man, this isn't that long ago. Solid.
Yep. And Shy's got that ring.
But these,
I bet you the Clippers just sit back every day and just hate themselves for trading him for Paul George.
they have to. They're stupid. They will never win anything because that Ballmer is such an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Steven Davis, is that a final score? Yeah. 6 of 8. At 40-40 or 48 of 48?
48 of 48, so jersey number.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Omega
2000, so try pulling one of those out.
I like that.
Mere black before it was actually.
I say it.
Well,
I bet at the time that was a monster card.
I don't like this per se, but again, the patch, it's always.
Yeah. The different patch with the different team. That chunk of shoe.
Yep.
Nice.
And again, for those who.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, there's a few on the back.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one before. Rookies and Stars had a lot of inserts since I hadn't seen that one.
Is that to 50?
Game plan out of 50.
50.
Yep.
I love those cards.
I think that's a North cut I need. I don't 100% recall.
Is that the 100 or the 25? Oh, shit. That's not what I was expecting.
And remember, all my shitty PCs expect it. Hopper 75. Again, this was all from just one seller, and I've lost a ton. But again, that is okay.
That is a badass looking card. I have never seen one of those.
The 2000 Revolution.
What was that one numbered out of?
85, I think.
That's what it looked like, was 85.
Premier Day.
I'm gonna have to look that. What did you say that product was?
2000 Revolution. And here's the score select subset final score also to 8.
Okay, the Stephen Davis looks a hell of a lot cooler than the Brett Favre. The Favre is nice, but the G is not as cool as the Chief.
Omega 92. And then Pacific Trading Cards, 21st National, Anaheim, July 27th through 30th, 2000. And I don't know, it's quantified somewhere in the back. It's Paramount 2000, zoned in. We got that, but then you got
Yeah, is that
3
hand
of
numbered
7.
out of 7?
Yep. So, and again, there's nothing on back, but I mean, it's got the embossing. That was when I looked and I made sure. I'm like, this has to be something quote unquote real. Because again, if I'm going to spend the dollars on it, I want it to be real. I know there used to be that Kit Young trade thing out in Hawaii, so some of that. You had a lot of the regional shows, Chicago stuff. There's a Cleveland one, non-national now. We'll see a lot of the number to 5, just like they get the parallel or the base cards and emboss that. There's a lot of that stuff out there. So that stuff always appeals to me because again, how much of that stuff actually made it out of the convention hall or hotels?
Yeah.
People either just
Right.
forgot or fuck it. I'm looking at the base card. Shit, I don't have room for it.
I was not aware that there was Kramer's Choice cards numbered out of 10 in 1998.
They might be a jumbo.
It doesn't say it's a jumbo.
I thought later, yeah, but that's not uncommon with those. I've noticed.
Come on, focus. It's like a speckle.
I bet you if you ask, like, hey, what size card is this? Is it something I get out of a pack, or is this like a bigger card? Because I think
Later years, they had.
Yep. It says right here, this is an oversized card. It's in the description.
because I don't recall baseball had them, hockey had them, but I think they were all jumbo. Like there's like the royal blue, the
Yeah,
red,
there's a red. Yep.
Yep.
the green. I think there might be a purple.
Yeah, the numbered Kramer's Choice came out later.
If
There's a
there's a
90
green one, I'm gonna try to find it.
I think the 99 ones were like the numbered because I want to say 98, 99 was regular. Then they had because take care of Brian. Thanks for stopping in. Because they used box knockers for just like the regular, just because they become so. I don't want to say popular, but I mean that was one where if you found one, you were stoked to get it because you just didn't see them. It was like the 91 Donruss Elite. You knew they were out there, but the reality of you like stumbling across like a Kramer's Choice or a 91 Elite was second to none. You weren't going to find it. Or like a Rocket Ishmael auto back then. Or like the Jordan or the Shaq Beam team. It was all these cards that you knew existed, but now okay, we can make a Crown Royale jumbo. You'll be able to see it if like a Favre is like a $9.99 buy it now. I pretty much put everything I own. It's gonna be a jumbo one because I would hit the buy it now on the pack issue because that's absurd. But but a lot of that, I think it's what 35, 25, 10. There might I don't know if it goes down by fives or there might be a 15 in there too because I know I've looked at like Piazza before and I've wanted one, but it's just like that's if it was a pack issue card, yes. Sort of the jumbo stuff, and again, if I'm honing in on like completing a collection of a player, yes. If I'm still a ways off on what I want to get, that's going to be like $100, $200 card. No,
Right.
just because again, that those funds can be obviously used for other shit, but they don't pop that out. Lindros has a bunch too, and I've looked at them and I've been tempted because some of those prices are within what I consider pretty good value. But it's just like I've got so many holes to fill in the collection. It's like that's not even like the first page of priorities, even if it's number 20 or 35 or whatever. It's like again, me being a completionist and being a fucking idiot with that, it's just I can't sit there and be like, well, I want that, and there's not a mirror gold I don't have, or a platinum gold I don't have. Even though those are 10 times more expensive, it's like I want that over this because those mean more to me than this, and I'd rather spend if I had the money 10 times more on that because that will fill that collection in the heart. Because like, oh, I know I've got that. That's a massive like a TD. Let's say a TD buyback SP of like SP Authentic. They had the auto. They had something like that. So like, I want that over a playoff number to 25 or something, just because again, that one means more for the reasons it means more. So they're gorgeous cards. I mean, if you can swing it, you can find your player. By all means, buy it, and that's a good way too. If you can't get a Kramer's Choice, you can actually see what they're like. I mean, again, it's a bigger card, obviously, but get an Isaac Bruce or Torrey Holt or Kurt Warner or 99 and the 99 version. Guess what? That's not going to cost you more than $10 maybe ship. Because again, they're one a box of I think it's Crown Royale. So
Yeah, I don't remember which product they did the box toppers with those.
because it wasn't regular Pacific, I know that.
No, Crown Royale sounds about right though. That sounds about right. But I digress.
But yeah, those are rabbit holes when you start going down. It isn't even a slippery slope. You're fucking, you're zipping quick. You're gone. Because there'll be another Favre, I'm sure. And what is that? Ooh, what's this Favre? And he's got so much in that 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. It's like, oh god.
Yep.
Like the Playmakers Theater and Destination Honolulu and it's
Ring
like,
bearers,
yeah,
linchpins, all the fun stuff.
Those linchpins are so cool.
Yes, they are.
I would like to buy a Favre. I would like to buy it 10 years ago. Much like most of the cards I would like to buy now, I would like to have bought them 10 years ago.
Don't we all on some of them? Time for me to open?
Absolutely.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go value pack, blaster, value pack. Figured that's the best way to do it. So it's crazy to think that 2 value packs, which actually give you more cards, is roughly the same price of a blaster box. So this is the first time I'm actually opening a value pack, so we'll see.
Okay.
Already starting off with a crap ton of base. We do have an Xavier Worthy rookie. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, but that is
Not the Brickashaw Ferguson.
It is not correct, but that is a silver rookie. These are actually kind of cool looking. So this is what are they? Red and yellow parallels, and of course some of these you got to know the varying levels, but Joe Burrow. Who the hell is that? Freaking. What the hell that is? My eyes suck. Oh, that's old school. That's old school Brett Favre.
Yeah, it is.
Since he was drafted by Atlanta.
Jerry Glanville hated him.
That's kind of cool. Select Futures, Penix.
Falcons fans hate him right now.
Oh, God, he looks like dog shit. Holy, it's Stroud, too.
Yeah, Stroud dropped off a cliff.
Numbers, Marvin Harrison.
He's been good.
Yeah. Jonathan Brooks. Malik Willis and Chris Long are the other base cards. So from the price point perspective, like value packs, you're going to get more shit out of them. Just saying. So out of the 15 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 non-base rookie cards. If that tells you anything.
Okay.
But I only pulled 1 rookie, which is interesting. But whatever. All right. On to the blaster. These have the red and blue prism shocks as the main parallel.
Okay.
Pearsall rookie.
You're doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, again, I struggle with knowing which ones or which variation some of these are.
Like field level, concourse, that kind of stuff.
Yep. PC. There's Bo.
They don't have it on the back?
They do on one of them or on 2 of them. So DAC numbers. And then one of the red and blue shock, Marvin Harrison.
I like that card.
So, like, concourse is there. And I think
is field level the best or the most short print?
I think so, but those you can't get in these.
Okay.
So concourse all says it. So these are all concourse. And then like the numbering is how you kind of can tell what the other ones are. But I don't know which one is which. So you can see the numbering, how they have the numbering set up different.
Like what? That Eagle must be the better one.
In the retail, yes, but it's again like the best of the best you don't get in retail.
Yeah.
It's Hobby. But again, like I couldn't tell you. I I don't know which one's which. I'm not even gonna try and say I know. There's a Roma Dunze rookie. Oh, there's a Jaden insert. And then Spencer Rattler rookie. I actually thought I would have gotten more rookies out of a value pack, but I'm getting more rookies in the blaster. Tyrone Tracy Jr. That's got to be numbered. Yep.
I will say this because the alert just went off from UPS. Fanatics ships their stuff very fast.
Do they?
Yeah. I like that purple.
Number to 500 or 360.
360. That's interesting.
And then this is actually fucking killer.
Well, that's
Well, that's the card.
I think this is one of the best, like the best parallel version of the right level. So I need to put this in the sleeve because I want to say at one point.
What is the parallel?
This is the blue, red and blue shock, but I don't know which. If this is, it's not concourse.
Premier.
Which I think is the best you can get at retail. Don't
Yeah,
know yet.
I think it's the better of the two.
But yeah, that's a freaking killer pull. I'll definitely take it. CJ to it's gonna be Ricky Pearsall insert. Kind of interesting. It almost looks like it's freaking miscut, but it's not. Because it's got the purple borders.
Oh.
But that's like it's the size of the card. Like it's not any bigger or smaller.
Yeah.
That's kind of
It
weird.
just plays tricks on the eye.
Yes. All right, last pack of the blaster. Again, definitely pulled more rookies out of the blaster than I did out of the. So, some rookie guy. I don't know who that is. Maybe you know, since he's a Charger, Dave. Vidal.
Kamani Vidal.
Najee Harris, blue black. And then base. So the interesting thing with all the select stuff, everything that they have, it all says die cuts. None of these are die cuts. The only die cut is the silver. Go figure. All right. Last value pack. Well, I got another Roma Dunze, so just what I needed.
Well, not a bad one to get.
It's not. I'm not complaining.
Now you're getting Tyrone Tracy again, so that's.
But I'm getting. I got more rookies this go round. Baker Mayfield, silver, premier level.
Refractor.
Yeah. These are the red yellows. Well, that's not a bad one to get either, even though he's not doing great.
It looks good with the team colors.
It does. Braylon Allen, futures. Dak Prescott, Lamar numbers, Malachi Corley, and base. So not bad.
No.
I'm not disappointed, but like by far, that's fucking killer.
Yeah, it is a nice card.
of like when you excuse me, put things into perspective and the size of the set, the chances of pulling this are like damn near impossible. So there's your 1 in 2,000 packs or some shit, but that's a beauty. I will definitely take that. Maybe that'll be a grading candidate at some point.
No.
I'm looking through these one more time real quick just to make sure I didn't miss any rookies, but pull out any cards for my fellow other. What's your thoughts on Malik Willis there, Michael?
I like watching him play quarterback for our team.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to put that. That's the reason why I was asking.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I liked when Malik Willis filled in last year for Love.
Because like I didn't want to throw him in there and as part of like a package and be like, oh, Malik Willis. Yeah,
I know teams were reaching out to the Packers the last couple of weeks with all the quarterbacks going down. They were reaching out to the Packers about Willis, but they don't want to give him up, and I don't blame them because in case something does happen to Love, he's a capable backup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, but that was the only reason why I was asking because I always joke about Favre in a Jets uniform or Rodgers in a Jets uniform.
Yeah, it's all gross.
Again, like I know how you feel about that, so like I would never send that to you.
Like if
I may just to spite you, but normally I wouldn't do something like that to you.
Who is it? Ryan Newman.
I would say Daytona 500.
That's a very young Ryan Newman.
That was a rookie, I think, year
before he turned into all head, no neck. Ryan Newman.
2001.
Like a bowling ball on shoulders. I love Ryan Newman.
I always felt so bad for him. Again, Daytona 500, you'd be P1 through 3. Somebody would have a stick up their ass, hit you from the back, and you'd end up in some like absolutely atrocious wreck.
Yeah. Either atrocious wreck or you just get passed all the way out of the draft. You go from 1st to 17th real quick and you didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't have anybody go with you.
No.
That was always the rough thing about restrictor plate racing.
Yeah, not of your own accord either. That's the thing.
No. I miss old NASCAR.
Oh, this new shit is I haven't even watched like the Busch or the Truck Series, and they haven't changed the cars. The Winston Cup, I can't.
As soon as when they went to those Cars of Tomorrow, it killed the sport. As far as I'm concerned, I still watched it at that time because Junior was still racing. But those COTs NASCAR took driving ability out of the sport, and that's what made NASCAR so great. Is the drivers had so much input on how they finished. And now it's so regulated, you can't get creative with anything.
No.
And yeah, I have not actually like turned on a NASCAR race in probably over a decade. And I used to watch, I mean, that was the only sport really that our family watched together. We would watch NASCAR all the time, and then we'd watch the Super Bowl. But that was it. And unfortunately, NASCAR just, I honestly can't believe it's still going. I can't believe there's still money there that keeps it going.
Diehard fans, man.
True.
And the sponsors.
Well,
Look at all
that's
the
what I'm
sponsors.
talking about. I'm more talking about the sponsors' willingness to foot the bill for how much this shit costs nowadays for those teams to run the teams. I mean, it's crazy how many millions of dollars every year it takes. And you can't even, like I said, you can't touch the car. You can't do anything with it.
No, and the reason I can't watch Busch Series races, they're on the CW.
Yeah, how do you make that deal? The CW is not your target audience.
No.
No, I go back to that being like the whatever UPN, and that was like more the urban hip crowd back in like what the late '90s, 2000s. Now you got NASCAR on there, and I think WWE NXT.
Yeah, when I think CW, I think of
Dawson's Creek.
The teenage girl shows.
Stuff
One
too.
Tree Hill and Gilmore Girls. That was the shit my wife and my sister watched. My wife still watches.
Well,
Gilmore Girls is like, I guarantee she's seen that show over 100 times all the way through.
well, that was wasn't that Aaron Rodgers' ex-wife, Shailene Woodley?
What about her?
I don't think a wife. I think a romantic.
Or are they just dating?
They were engaged.
There it was. And we need to have more Wade Boggs.
Nice.
Wade Boggs.
No, we don't. I disagree.
I want the Wade Box Skyline card.
I do too, but that is
super
$100
expensive.
at least. And I really don't want to spend $100 when I spent probably $35 for those three.
Is it only $100? I thought it was more than that.
It might be more, but again,
for some reason I thought it was like a $400 or $500 card.
No, I mean there's still some quote unquote value there, but I mean they're a lot more than I want to spend on a card. And again, that's like if I had everything down to like the brass tacks. Okay, that would be the set I'd do. But yeah, there's like 3 or 4 sets that I've already just like crossed off on the list because of like nope.
Well,
here's why it's confusing to me. There's one for 189, buy it now, and there's one for 745, buy it now. Those are your two listings.
The 745, though, of course, is on column C. So take that one install, right?
It looks like a PSA 8 sold for $260 on bids. A PSA 9 sold for $336 on bids. The last that was a PSA 7. So there's been 3 sold, and there's 7 PSA 7, 8, 9s. So yeah, $150 doesn't sound $150 sounds about right for a raw. Including me, would you say you guys are more collectors? Oh, collectors.
Yeah.
If I was a flipper, I'm doing terrible. I only buy cards that I like, and I'm a snob against anything I don't. I'm a terrible flipper.
Well, years ago, I sold a shit ton, but that was only to fund the personal collection.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping to be able to do again at some point, to where like stuff that I don't want to put back and keep for, my kids when I kick the bucket. Stuff that I know may or may not retain value, I should say. Take advantage of an opportunity and sell it at its peak to then fund stuff that I know either I want for like TD or stuff that I know will maintain value. Which, yes, I'm going to go vintage sets.
You couldn't describe any of the four of us as flippers in any way, shape, or form.
No. Nope. Because all the stuff I used to sell had nothing to do with anything that I collected. Oh, I know. I'm just saying that that's the only, and that's the same thing with Michael. Michael has sold off other parts of his collection, but it's to fund stuff to keep it fresh.
Exactly. It's something else. I sell it in order to buy something else.
Yeah, or I've never bought something to then turn around and
pay off debt or buy new HVAC.
I would just say be like an adult.
Yeah.
Do adult things.
Yeah. Pay off the mistakes I made when I was younger.
Right. Yeah. Sell enough to actually like pay off my new car.
Not
payments.
Not having debt other than mortgage. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I was there until I had to buy a new car.
Yeah.
But I have no other debt other than my rent and my car.
Yeah.
Alicia is about ready to make her final car payment on hers, and then she's free.
Well, I could have paid cash for my car. I chose not to. I financed basically like 10 grand for 5 years.
Okay.
It keeps the payments low, but it's one of those in which payment frequency will continue to keep my credit score very high. That's the other reason why.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, because I'm about ready. I have $2,600 or $2,800 in remaining credit card debt. I'm about ready to pay it off here in the next month or so. If I pay all of it off except for $1, my credit score goes up 25. Yeah. If I pay all of it off instead of having $1 balance, it goes down 10.
Yeah, it's crazy the way that they calculate shit.
Because I'm sitting at 796, and it would go up to 821 if I left $1 in debt. But it will drop down to 786 if I pay it all off. It makes no damn sense.
Well, it's because all that shit's based on percentage.
Percentage usage for sure. Mm-hmm. I like the fact that it says, because I think currently it sits at like 12% usage, and it just says good next to it, not excellent. It's not excellent that you're using only 12% of your available credit. Yeah, how they do things is so dumb, because I know when I paid my car off, mine dipped like 27 points.
See, when I paid off everything, of course, that also included the mortgage. But again, we sold the house, so like, mine shot through the fucking roof.
Right, because a mortgage. I mean, the house. That's a giant chunk. So once that goes to zero,
so I charge stuff here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to the percentage because I refuse to get to that point, because if I'm being honest, I have too much fucking credit.
Yeah.
And I refuse to close anything, because the minute you start closing shit, it impacts your credit score too. So it's like it's that double-edged sword.
Oh, it's It's a catch-22 on all of it, and it's all corrupt.
Yep. So that's why, again, like I charge stuff from time to time, and I make payments on it as long as it fits within the budget.
Yeah.
But I won't be doing that for any time soon because now I have the car. So that takes away the extra spending.
I have my my biggest credit card it's 16,500 is the limit on it, 16,500, and it's at zero. It's a zero balance. That was the one I paid off, but I have it as my auto select payment option on eBay. So everything I buy on eBay gets charged to that card, and then I pay it off before it carries any interest on it. So I get cash back rewards for using it. And it never affects my credit score in a negative way, I should say.
Correct. It keeps shit status quo.
Right.
Because you're technically not changing anything month over month.
Nope. I'm borrowing the money and paying it off before I owe any interest on it. There's no juice.
Yep. All right, Dave. We're at 2 hours.
I didn't realize we were at 2 hours. I did not realize it was 10:30.
Pick one, two, or three.
Who are you asking?
Michael answered, so.
Okay.
Extended
Jumbo.
series.
It's a rare time I do these.
So Vinny's been dealing with some stuff. It's not our place to provide any details. That's going to be him that needs to provide said details. We all still talk
If
to
he
him.
even wants to.
Yeah.
He will. I mean, that's just who he is. But it's when he feels comfortable to just know that a lot of shit has been going on. Some good, some not so good. And I'll leave it at that. But he will be back. We're just giving him his space and giving him his time. And when he's ready, he'll come back. So again, like we all I can't speak for Dave, but I reach out to him every couple days.
Yeah.
So.
There's a Danil. I know he's played. That's for Columbus.
Okay.
Well, the fact that you pulled a young gun.
The best part of the pack, okay, card number 4.
He's okay considering.
Card number 5. Remember the picture. Card number 6.
Oh, no.
Card number 7. Garvin, Billy Cilio. No. Unacceptable. See if I get any more. Put a Ryan Suter in there. Oh, here's everybody's favorite. What do you do in the spring? You stop and smell the.
Why? Rip that shit up.
Yeah, again, you're not going to get. I think those Dazzlers are in there. Young Guns, I think it's at 1 and 6.
Yeah, but it's the fact that.
Yeah. Well, 1 and 4.
It's extended, so like usually there's not any big name guys in the Young Gun checklist.
I know that'll go to Brad. He won't watch this. He's in the YouTube Hall of Fame, so he doesn't have time for that. This kind of nonsense.
He already did his charity work for the year.
Exactly.
He did the national recap and he did the NFL preview.
Yeah.
Well, usually we have him back when it comes to close to postseason time, though, too. So,
yeah,
usually.
Yeah.
Got to work around his schedule, since, the whole YouTube's Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
We got to make sure we have the slush fund to pay for his appearance, because he ain't free no more.
Yeah, otherwise, I mean, Steve doesn't have money for blasters. His credit score goes down. I mean, we're all fucked. Grad twice a year. Usually,
there's definitely not a shortage of blasters and shit if I really wanted to go on a rampage and open shit, but I prefer not to. I could probably create a 5-hour stream of just opening retail products, if not longer. My team is probably out of the playoffs, so I don't give two shits. What the fuck is that?
This is my eyeglass cleaner that is a dog tongue. It's fucking hilarious. I love it. It's one of those random things that you see pop up when you're scrolling that ads for a website. This one's Nerd Wax. And I saw this dog tongue and I'm like, well, it's realistic and looks crazy. I'm buying it. And I got the wife. She's got Moodang. Do you guys remember Moodang, the pygmy hippopotamus? The memes that went around?
No, I can't say I remember that.
Okay. Well, yeah. She loved it. This little pygmy hippopotamus was a freaking wrecking ball. It would bite people and all kinds of hilarious stuff. Some zoo, I can't remember where it was, but yeah.
It wasn't going to be Cincinnati.
No. They would have shot it.
Yeah.
You can trace back everything that's wrong in the world right now to that day.
100%.
That's when it started going to shit.
Hashtag
D's out for Harambe.
Yeah.
Somewhere, too, I've got a shirt. I don't know where the fuck that's at. A Dick's Out shirt.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'd wear in public. I don't want to wear normal clothing like a halfway sane human being. But I guess in today's society, I'd fit right in.
Or get shot, depending on what you're wearing.
Not if there's an American flag on there.
Just saying.
But anyway, thank you all for joining. Feel free to continue to make the same content as the Pop Collector and some of these other wonderful humans that have graced us with their intelligence, their wit, their knowledge. Maybe you too can let the world know what your favorite set design of tops is, and maybe include a top 10 of your favorite tops design set. We would all love and appreciate hearing that in a long form 30 to 40 minute video. And then please 4 to 12 other people piggyback off that, because I mean, Wade Bogspan hasn't done that already 8 times this week. But hey, what do I know? I've got
nothing.
I know
we
Jack.
We know nothing.
Look at what I'm showing the whole night. I mean, other than that one little run of cards, it can double as ass wipe if you really need it. Or if you're sniffing cocaine, allegedly, it'd be probably a good divider of lines. But anyway, thank you for watching. 13, Chargers beat the Broncos, and we didn't even touch on it because I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's the third game of the year. Packers, I don't know how that was amazing.
Thankfully, it was not broadcast in my area, so I could not watch it, so I did not throw anything at my TV.
Well, I know LaFleur was rather perturbed
LaFleur is one of the main problems with the fucking team.
I know. But one of them.
He coaches not to lose. He is scared to death to try to win.
But seeing somebody on that team, and again, I don't know if it's like a tackle, some Walker, saying that he doesn't think there's a team that can beat him along the schedule, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah, he's an idiot. Rashid Walker. Yeah, he's dumb.
You're 2 games in, man.
Yep.
You don't even, put the car back in park before you fucking start talking.
And the first round pick from last year that they chose over Cooper DeJean, who we actually fucking needed, did nothing but play Olay for anybody that was rushing Jordan Love. And that was Morgan. He's terrible. He's very bad. Joey kept trying to make excuses for him, saying, he's lined up against Myles Garrett. I go, yeah, I understand, but they had 14 penalties as a team, 10 of them in the fourth quarter. That is undisciplined stupidity. And I kept just following the updates. I was just following the little ticker. I got tired of seeing Josh Jacobs 1 yard. Josh Jacobs 1 yard. Stop it. It's obviously not working.
Sure it is. They're just wearing down their defensive line. Come on, Michael.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then Love threw an interception that was as bad as any fucking rookie could ever throw. They just shit the bed. They had a 10-0 lead with under 4 minutes to go and lost and deserved to lose because it should never even been as close as 10-0.
There you go.
Whoever was doing
thanks
that.
for bringing that up before I go to bed. Now my heart rate's all up and I'm angry.
Whoever's doing the Cincinnati Vikings game. And again, I canceled my Paramount afterwards because I couldn't fucking go more than like 30 seconds watching and then 1999 dial-up. Your experience on here. And I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Because again, Peacock, like a charm, and never has done that. Even during a Super Bowl, it's never done that. And they're saying they're like updating with the Packers score, and I'm like, oh, it's like, oh, Jordan Love just had one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. Like, well, again, if the announcers are not saying that, that's really got to be dog shit.
It was atrocious. Once I finally saw it.
The blocked field goal, and then Andre, I don't even remember who the CBS update dude is. He's like, holy Schmitz from 55, and I'm like, good Lord, that is a terrible loss.
Yeah.
So
it's a backbreaker, and that's what Matt LaFleur led teams have done with the Packers is they lose the games they should not lose. They always play down to the competition. And I don't even think it's that they're looking past them to the next week. I think it's just being an undisciplined team and having a coach that has no killer instinct.
I was going to say that's what you need. That's
fire. They should have brought it because Mike Vrabel was there with the team in spring before he got, picked up and everything. I'm like, they should have just been like, you know what? Let's just get rid of LaFleur and hire Vrabel because that's what this team needs. They need some nastiness to them.
Mm-hmm.
And LaFleur's just not that guy.
No. My fantasy team needs nastiness, but that'll be for another time. They were dog fucking shit too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there were a lot of bad losses this weekend.
Laporta, Jamar Chase, Ashton Janetti.
Bastion Genetti.
It's Marty Jannetty's brother. Come on. I have two more. They all scored like 5 points. Baker Mayfield, I think, had the one touchdown on my team. I had 71 points. The next lowest was 97.
Ugh,
Ouch.
So,
that's rough.
and I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. The guy scored like 125 against me. So even if I would have had Caleb Williams in there, it's not like it would have been shit number one.
And you would have, and it actually looked. I mean, when Browning took over for Burrow in week 2, he put up 3 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks.
That
so there
game
was a hint of something bad could really happen, but you thought for sure he was going to put up some points going against another backup, and it did not go that way.
I'm just like, this can't be happening. This is literally like the Make-A-Wish kids against like a Super Bowl champ. I'm like, just steamrolling, and then Chase, you could tell people are giving up on it pretty quick. You're down 24-0, 24-3, 31-3, 38 or 30, 34-3, 41-3 at halftime.
Oof.
Trust was like, does it usually get this bad? I said, no. I mean, again, unless it's like the Browns from like 99 and 2000, but
yeah.
Oh,
but even then, man, this is historically bad.
Like I've seen a lot of like lopsided scores, and I'm like, the only other one that can come to mind, and it was at the end of the game. Would have been the Jacksonville Dolphins playoff game from like 2000, like the 99 into 2000 playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
When I think Fiedler was in there, it was like 61-7. Miami just got fucking destroyed. And then I remember a couple years before Sunday Night Football, Vikings, when they had Moss, Cunningham, all those guys, they killed Jacksonville like 52-10 or something.
Was that the highlight you always see of Moss, where it's like 3 catches for 160 something yards and 3 touchdowns?
That would have been the Thanksgiving game.
He's spinning on me.
Turkey Day.
Okay.
So the Thanksgiving one, and I'm sure he had something in that game too, but I'm in the process of going back and watching a lot of old football because I can't watch the new stuff. I mean, stuff I haven't seen or I don't remember. So, but with all that being said, all that diatribe of nonsense, thank you all for joining us. Come back next week. I'm gonna try to see if Jeff will come on, see if he's got a minute for us, and do some hockey preview. See if Ovechkin can score another 40 goals. I don't know. Unless he's got the chair out there to help him.
Yeah.
So, for Michael, for Steve, I'm Dave. This has been the IRP. Remember, collecting cards, a wonderful hobby. Making the same content that everybody else makes, that's what really matters. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.